बंद कर दो. देखो सुनो मत बोलो. Whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक. किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना. As you live at zero complaint level, मौज में रहो, be happy. Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Guruji ने बताया, I'll talk in Hindi, English. English. Guruji told, I have got two channels, English and Hindi, depending upon the market I talk. So he suggested, mic is okay, increase the volume. I will not increase my neck. Enough. Enough, enough. Am I audible to all? Even if you don't, never mind. But you are not going to change. I know that. So, Maharajji told, when they heard that I am going to talk, before my talking, looking at me, they started smiling and laughing. Do you know what is the meaning? When you look at a cartoon, do you cry? Isn't it? So whenever you look at a cartoon, whether you understand or don't, you start laughing. See, our life should be such that we become a source of happiness to others. Once I was going from Bombay to London, many years before. That time I was young, smart, handsome. It's not joke, it's a truth. See? So, with my this attire, wooden sandal, lungi, and this kurta and angavastra. So one young person, she told me, Swamiji, why you put on all these things? You are so smart, so handsome. Why don't you put on nice clothes? Jean and a pant or some bush shirt and kind of thing. Nice shoes. Why you put on like this thing? And this beard you are growing. Shave it off. I said, look here, be cool. The only way every one of us is struggling in life is we are seeking attention. Is it not? Why you ammas go to beauty parlor and do the makeup to cover the breakup? Why? Because you are seeking attention of people, is it not? Because you have that capacity or no capacity, but the makeup covers up everything. Now what can I have? Who will look at me? Who will give me importance? Who will give me attention? Then I have to be some abnormal. See? So when anybody will come to me, will he ask me a question, Swamiji, what is the cricket score of that match? They will not ask me this question. See? Suppose there is a police officer and he is standing on um, this traffic island and he has to control the traffic. But you know what happened? He has put on a lungi and a angavastra. And with that, he wants to control the traffic. Will anybody listen to him? They say, hey, lungi bahadur, hato yahan se. So what is important is to know that we are all seeking attention. Now, why we seek attention? Why we seek attention? Only because we want to prove we are someone extraordinary, is it not? If I come to your place with, like him, a torn pant, why people, you don't have money or what? See, his pant is torn. It's fashion or what? Daridri fashion. If I put on a torn lungi, it will look good? No. When you are coming before Bhagavan, dress nicely, so that he will have attention. Otherwise, he will not look at you. See? So, we are all wanting to be extraordinary, not ordinary. And whenever we want to be extraordinary, we will struggle in our life. Extraordinaries are many. Ordinary is hardly anybody. See? We all want to be extraordinary. Real spiritual life is drop all extra, including fat, and be ordinary. You will be happy in life. See? The moment you become somebody, all the problems come on your head. Don't become. Being is being ordinary. Becoming is becoming extraordinary. See? And how out of an ordinary, an extraordinary is born? Space is ordinary, is it not? Whether it is in the temple or it is in a toilet. Do we say that the toilet space is contaminated by the filth and the temple space is enlivened because of the God's presence? No. Because space is ordinary. Now this ordinary space, we give some criteria to label it. North, east, west, south. Now these directions, which we give so importance in our life, see? Like you all must be doing it, that when the kids sleep, they are told, don't face your feet to the south. It is not right. You should face your feet to any other direction, not in the south. Why? If it faces south, it is not a good omen. And the children sleep. In the sleep, like the clock hands, they keep on moving. Now, which direction is their legs? Dear friends, why this happens? Because we are all seeking to be someone extraordinary. Hey Maharaj. And how we become extraordinary. We are all human beings. And go further. We are man or woman. Go further. Man as a man is never miserable. Man as a son is miserable. Man as a husband is miserable. Man as a father is miserable. See? The man as a son miserable because of the Hitler father. Don't do this, don't do that. Oh. Constantly nagging. See? Because his father. Father think the only thing they can do is to scold the children. See? Then the second is, the same man becomes a father. He is no more a son now. He is father to whom? To his son. And then he regrets. Why this fellow is like that? He forgets. It is the same seed. Then the third one who suffers is the husband. Now show these three extraordinary personalities: the son, the husband, and the father. Show them where they are. When somebody is son, does he get a tail? Yeah, God, I am a son. Okay. Then he gets married. He grows two horns. Why? I am a husband. No. He continues to be man. But he suffers as a son, a husband, and a father. Because ordinarily he is man, common factor. But when he became somebody, all the problems begin. See? Therefore, when we come to the temple, after having come over here, we are May Sevaka Sacharachara Rupa Swami Bhagavanta. See, friend Maharaj. The more we are able to appreciate this principle of spiritual life is not becoming someone extraordinary, but remain ordinary. And you know the best part? For this, we don't have to do anything. On the contrary, the spiritual practice is not doing anything, but undoing all what we have been doing. Spiritual practice is not becoming somebody, but unbecoming whatever we have become. So whenever unbecoming and undoing, this becomes the principle of our life, you will see your whole life will change. And how to do that? Now you all are devotees of my Baba. See? We have no knowledge about him. Where from he has come, who was his parents, and nothing, isn't it? Do we have the knowledge of Paramatma, Brahman? Be attentive. Causeless existence is the truth. Whenever we are leading spiritual life, bring this to your day-to-day life. We begin our life by talking about ourselves. See? I was there, I was here, and now I am here. So what is happening? We are creating a personality. Out of Paramatma, a person is born. See? Therefore, to remain ordinary and to unbecome all what we have become, this is one simple technique. Don't talk about your past and don't ask anybody about their past. Whenever we talk to others, what we talk? Same thing. Like people ask us, and I give the reply according to God's will. Swamiji, where were you born? Which place you are from? Why you were born? Was it a normal delivery or a cesarean? Is it necessary to know about anything in this world? No. No need. See, do you know who was the 7th president of America? No. Does it make any difference? Do you know what was the weight of Queen Elizabeth when she died? Yeah, I don't know it. It doesn't make any difference. See? What makes a difference? You have to know yourself. You know, we know what we are. We don't know who we are. See? What I am husband, wife, brother, father, mother, sister, etc., etc. Till such time, we carry the burden of these non-existing entities, life will be a torture. If you have heard our happy mantra mala, in that one mantra was there. Wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. This was the mantra. Normally by mantra what we understand, mantra means it should be only in Sanskrit, which nobody understands. Instead of that, why not? Let us understand the meaning of it. Then it will impact us. And therefore this mantra is so simple. Now you can practice it right now and 24/7. Wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. Now where are you? In satsanga. When are you? During satsanga. What you should be? Satsangi. But if I give the example of husband and wife, and in that example I praise the wife and condemn the husband, if husband and wife are sitting here, the wife will look at him, देखो देखो समझ क्या कर रहे. अरे Dumbo, I am not talking about you as a person, but as a principle. Because if you are a satsangi, you will not get carried away by the example. We have to recognize the principle. What we call technically in our scriptures as Tatparya Nirnay. In English we call it as moral of the story. See? About this moral of the story, I'll tell you one thing, how it happens. People go for satsang, etc. for years together, but no change. Asangoham, asangoham. So many satsang they have heard, so many Mahatmas they have heard, and they sit before the Mahatmas. Now you try. Better. All have failed. You try now. As a challenge. So, he was sitting right in the front, and I had to tell them something which has to be told through some example. Because the truth is not abstract, it has to be recognized without getting confused. So, to tell this principle, I told a story. Because whenever stories are told, we can focus. Because childiness is still there. So, there was a fish. And the fish went to a well where there was a frog. And then the frog, being Indian, he started asking questions. Indians can ask questions including God. Why you created this world? Dunya banane wale, kahe ko dunya banai? There is a song, isn't it? So, that frog asked the question to fish. Who are you? Fish said, I am a fish. Where are you from? Fiji? No. Because the frog knew only Fiji. He has not gone out of that well anywhere. That there is a world beyond that well. He has never gone anywhere. And then the fish said, I am from ocean. What is this ocean? Because that frog has never seen ocean. How can he understand? So what is ocean? So the fish said, ocean is water. Oh, water. How much water? Again question. Now, how can the fish tell how much is the water in the ocean? So when he did not say anything, the frog took his small hand and between this much water. Now you can imagine the tragedy of the fish. He has to say no, but he has no neck. You know, fish doesn't have neck. So he wagged his tail. No. Then the frog again asked, this much water? Again the fish said no. Then this much water? No. Out of anger and sarcasm, he took a leap within the waters. From here to there, you mean? He said, no, Baba. Then he got extremely angry and he jumped from wall to wall diagonally. Do you mean this much? Again the fish said no. Then how much? Come. And both of them went to the sea, ocean. Now the fish is asking, Mr. Frog, tell me, how much is the water? Frog kept his mouth shut. Those who know the truth, their mouth is shut. And what we talk? We talk two things. Either about our past or ask somebody's past. Second thing, we worry about your future. Stop these two directions. Mind runs in the past with memories and future with worries. That mind which is influenced by the memories and the worries is an extraordinary mind. Ordinary mind is at peace. So our frog kept quiet. But that old man who was sitting in front, he had a problem. Normally when my satsang is going on, I don't entertain questions in between. But he was very old and sitting like this, I said, okay, I cannot argue or talk rough to him. So, Swamiji, I have got a question. Okay. His question was, how the fish went to the well? You could laugh. I was crying. See? Like this, it happened somewhere. And after my lecture was over, one person again asked a question, Swamiji, I don't understand your joke. Why people were laughing? There was nothing to laugh. I said, Bandar kya jane adrak ka swad? He got angry. Do you think I am a bandar? I am a monkey? I said, no, monkey मैं हूँ, तुम अदरक हो. When you become anybody, you are in a cocoon. When you break your walls and go beyond anything extraordinary, then you are one with the divine. So now that old man, very sincere, no doubt about it. But when we are not able to understand the moral of the story, then we are far away from the mental development. See, my friends, therefore, wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. Now this is the simplest spiritual practice. There you don't become anything. But whatever you are 100%. After that job is over, that fellow is dropped. Don't we see the actors on the stage? See? They put on various costumes and come on the stage. And whatever role they have to play, they play the role. See, I am a great artist. I used to do a lot of drama. And once the whole story was such, a sympathy was developed around me in that character. And then I was tortured and beaten on the stage. All fake. And I was crying and miserable. And whole audience was so sympathetic with me. Ladies particularly took out their tissue papers and started wiping their nose. On this also I get questions. Comedy these days when ladies cry, why they use the tissue paper and wipe their tears in the nose? Why not in the eyes? I said, because the new eyelashes fixed. They will come. And it costs. It's not free. So they divert the tears and come to the nose. And so when the audience was crying and I was crying on the stage, that time what was going on in my mind? Only one thing. You fools, I am paid to cry fake. And you are paying to cry really. This is just a drama, not real. All the problems of our life are dissolved by two words, either Rama Leela or Krishna Leela. Leela means what? Everything appears to be happening, but nothing is happening. Like this is our Satsanga Leela. If you are getting disturbed, your attention is there with the children, not on me. See? If you want to compete with them, you can shout. I have no problem. Friends, it is we have to decide. Don't get disturbed at all. If you are driving a car, now whose responsibility it is, the traffic or the driver? Once one NRI came from USA to India, and he was driving me from Bombay to Pune. And it was the national highway we were going. And it is not barricaded both sides, so it is open. And you know, in India, democracy is not limited to human beings. It is extended to animals also. So on the road, suddenly when we are going, a disciplined group of buffaloes were crossing one by one. And he has to stop. And he became so angry. Swamiji, what is this? I said, buffaloes. Truth, I told him, I didn't tell anything. Why they are here? I said, you ask them, I am not a buffalo. Then that is why India is not progressing. Look here. Then I told him, look here, you have a driving license or the buffaloes have the driving license. If you are walking spiritual path, it is your responsibility to negotiate through the turmoils of life. Normally we complain. Living at zero complaint level. One Mahamantra is there. Don't complain. If we have nothing to complain, God is omnipresent. Oh God, why did you create like this? He should ask you, excuse me, what should I create? Friends, the day we recognize this, spiritual life is remain ordinary. Whenever you are disturbed, you have become extraordinary. One example from Pune. I was going for my talk and one old lady, she asked me, Swamiji, please come for a cup of tea before you go for the talk. So I had to listen to everybody, thy obedient servant. So I went. And I sat there. She said, Swamiji, this is my granddaughter. I said, Namaskar. Swamiji, she can chant Bhagavad Gita. That means I have to suffer before I get a cup of tea. So, okay, chant. Then that child said, Swamiji, I have got a friend. Should I call her? I said, call, no problem. So the friend also came. Two of them, same age group, sitting together and then started chanting. That friend was perfect. Not one single mistake. Every pronunciation was as it should be. Without any, like that children do, or they bite their tongue. No. Calm and quiet. Absolutely steady. And his granddaughter, she was 100 mistakes. And every time she'll be doing like this thing. Like that. So after the whole thing was over, naturally as a third person, I first of all hugged that child who did very well, her friend, kissed her. I said, hey, you're so sweet. Grandmother Uvacha. Grandmother got so angry. Not on me, on the child. Took, go to your house. Go. And physically she was pulled and taken out. I understood what is coming. This is here, spirituality comes into picture. Immediately I cuddled that useless child and say, hey, why did you call that girl? She doesn't know anything. You are doing so well. You are extraordinary. You are so beautiful only. And you sing also. When I said this thing, along with tea, I got Rasgulla also. Now tell me, for me, child is a common thing, is it not? Any child. But for that grandmother, it was my granddaughter. So that lady, instead of remaining as a lady, she became somebody. The moment you become somebody, you lose your balance in life. Don't become anybody. Remain simple. कोई निंदो कोई वंदो कोई कैसे कहो रे राम सांगे प्रीत बांधी होत जैसे होत रहे. Then you see the beauty of life. But we become extraordinary all the time. Kadak, kadak. Relax. We don't have to prove anything to anybody in this world. There was a great Mahatma. He was told by maybe a disciple or somebody, Maharajji, that person was talking very ill about you. If we average people were there, what we will say? Uska satyanas ho jayega. This Mahatma, what he said? He said, keep cool. First principle in spiritual life, keep cool. Don't react. Only act. So he said, keep cool. What happened? Oh, he was talking such and such thing about you. He said, listen, if he is talking ill about me as a body, I agree with him because I also condemn my body. See? Atyanta malino dehaha dehi chatyanta nirmalaha asangoham iti jnatva shauchametar prachakshate. Body is dirty. What is beautiful in this body? Tell me. Whatever comes out of our body, will we like to talk in public? In the morning, when I went to the bathroom, kya batao, maja aa gaya? Nahi. Only filth comes out of our body. If something can come out of body, is seva. See? Not compassion, not love, seva. See? Whenever you do seva, you become insult proof. See? It's so simple. Suppose this gentleman is my boss and I am his servant. So what normally the bosses do, they try to show off their position by scolding and condemning the servant before the public. So there are 10, 20 people and he asked me, I being his servant, hey Ramu, pani le aao jaldi. These servants are so useless these days. If he will say like this to me, everybody will never feel that I am insulted. But if I, as a servant, give him back, Babuji, how much water you want to drink? Are you a tanker or what? If I say like this thing, people will start feeling, I have insulted the boss, is it not? Whenever you do seva, you cannot be insulted. And doing seva is discarding the extra in us and coming to the ordinary. That is what the divine is. Yashoda Mata was scolding Bhagwan Krishna. He was eating the soil. He became so angry. कन्हैया, I think पिछले जन्म में तुम सुअर थे क्या? Were you a pig in the last life? Bhagwan Krishna was worried. Has she recognized me? I only took the Viraha avatar. And therefore, to confuse her, immediately he showed the Vishwarupa Darshan in her mouth, in his mouth, and she got confused. This is my principle in life. Either convince or confuse. If you are convinced, you will change. If you are confused, you will start working on it. See, it's two simple things. Either you are cured or you are given a vaccination. Confusion is like vaccination. If you have no doubt, you will not think. See, the more you start understanding these principles of life, you will come to this bottom line. Real spiritual life is not a gain. न कर्मणा न प्रजया धने न त्यागे नैके अमृतत्व मानशो. It is not a gain, it's a total loss. And you know the best part? For all these things, we don't have to do anything. Nothing to do. Now, for example, when we go to sleep, now only analyze your own experience. For that, you don't have to go anywhere. All of you sleep easily. Now don't demonstrate. Yes, Swami, we can sleep right now. See? So when we sleep, exactly what happens? We start giving up all the extra that we have gathered around us. All our positions, success, failure, then your country, your job, your health, your diseases, your friends, your enemies, everything we drop. Then we come home, we drop the home. Then we go below the quilt. Then last thing what remains? Only one Maha Mantra. I want to sleep. I want to sleep. I want to sleep. And then like the dosha is made on the tawa, first of all you sleep on your back. But sleep is not coming. So what we do, dosha, give a palti. So you come on the left side. Not coming. Then you come on the right side. Not coming. What you are doing? I want to sleep. That mantra is going on. And ultimately you come in Bhujangasana. And then karr, karr. And when the Sangit begins, you have disappeared. Recognize this. In one of my retreats in your Melbourne, it happened a few years before. It was one couple came in the morning after first night they slept and came. I feel I am a complaint box. People come and put complaints in me. So, Swamiji, you tell him he was snoring so much loudly in last night. So I looked at him. He says, Swamiji, I was not snoring. Then I looked at her. Other than him, there was nobody. He was snoring. I looked at him. No, I was not snoring. I said, look here now. Analyze what he is telling. He is not snoring. He was not snoring. Now I take his side. You always take the favor the gents, not the ladies. You always make fun of ladies. I said, there is no need to make fun. They are funny. I don't have to make anything. They are self-sufficient. Then I said, look here. In the deep sleep, he was not your husband. See? So when he says, I was not snoring, means I, as a husband, was not snoring. You have no right on the man. You have right only on the husband. Uthao saman. Not on the man. See, friends, they are handy tools. They use them. Don't complain about them. The more you recognize this principle, then we are really attaining fulfillment in life, not by getting something, but by giving up everything. There are many people who go to Haridwar, etc., and then they are supposed to give up something. So, in one family from Bihar, the grandfather has gone to Haridwar, and the children at home, grandchildren, they were asking their mummy, Dadaji has gone there, what they will do? What he will do there? No, he will be doing puja, all that, but then he has to give up something and then come. Oh, we know. He will forget his glasses and come back. No, no, not that way. Maybe he will leave the slippers and come. No, not that way. Then what? We don't know. You can ask him after he comes. So the grandfather came. Children were excited to know what grandfather has given up. And then they asked, Papa, you have come from Haridwar and we are told you have to give up something. What did you give up? Sweet? No, not sweet. Then rice? No. Then what did you give up? Beta, I gave up anger. Dadaji, when you were in Haridwar, what did you give up? Beta, I gave up anger. Dadaji, when you were in Haridwar, what did you get up? Beta, I gave up anger. Dadaji, when you were in Haridwar, what did you give up? I gave up anger. That is our spiritual practice. Friends, remain relaxed. When you are relaxed, you are able to see the things as they are. You know, when the doctor do operation, they cover the whole patient. Only that portion which is to open, there is a window there. And then they ask the nurse. Till then they don't know. What is the operation? Kidney. Kidney kahan hai? No, they know it. But then by mistake they ask the question. What is the name of the patient? Name of the patient is Ashutosh. Ashutosh, kon Ashutosh? Your son. My son. Immediately the surgeon disappears and a father is born. His hand starts shaking. Why? He became somebody. Don't become anybody, my friends. And when you take this as a spiritual practice, you'll be always relaxed. See? And for that, Bhagavan Krishna gives so many tricks in Bhagavad Gita. One trick I'll tell you. In the second chapter, Bhagavan says, Sukha dukkhe same krutva labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yujjasva naivam papam avapsasi. Whenever we interact with the world, what are the results? First result, we may succeed or we will be defeated. Only one of the two. When we succeed, we gain. When we are defeated, we lose. Second pair. When we gain, we are happy. And when we lose, we are miserable. Bhagavan says, in these three pairs, victory, defeat, gain, loss, joy, sorrows, don't lose the balance of your mind. Same krutva. थोड़े गम है, थोड़ी खुशियां, ये जीवन है. See, friends. So what is the meaning of keeping equanimity? Let there be no dash or a dent created on our mind when we interact with the world. What are the dents and dashes that happen on our mind when we interact with the world? Only two. We like something or we dislike something. There is no third interaction. And this liking and disliking is common. See, laddu I like, Bengal I don't like, Melbourne I like. Sydney I don't like. See, so this liking and disliking goes common with everything, is it not? Now, when a small little thing like a crack, a hair thin crack, then slowly that crack starts widening. Again and again you go on digging, it will widen. So earlier, like a child, he doesn't have much likes and dislikes. But as he grows, then that like and dislike, it doesn't remain as a small crack. It becomes a valley. And then a strong personality is born. When I say it should happen, when I don't like it, why do you do that? Observe this. All our life is guided by likes and dislikes. Is this the way to lead life? Life should be led on the principle of what is right and what is wrong. In Kathopanishad, this topic comes. One is the path of likes and dislike. I like this, I don't like this. Second is what is right and what is wrong. Follow the right, give up the wrong. See? How simple it is, not difficult. But slowly, we become victims of our own likes and dislikes. And then whatever job we have to do, I don't like this, I like this thing. No. Real spiritual practice is rising above the likes and dislikes. And for that, we have to recognize what is good and what is bad. Now take for example, we all know, even the kids will be knowing, early to bed and early to rise is the way to be healthy, wealthy and wise. We all know. What is our life? Late to bed and late to rise is the way to be unhealthy and otherwise. Now tell me, I like to continue sleeping up to 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And night also, I keep on watching all unwanted things, crimes, everything, And then I sleep. When you are watching crime movies, ghost movies, there are many people, they are very fond of that. The hanging carcass running in a running train. You watch that movie. Whole night, do you think Krishna will come? That carcass is... And then we get up in the morning, not because we want to get up, because the nature calls us, Utho, nahi to yahi hoga. Is this life of a cultured person? Why this happens? Because we are influenced by our personal likes and dislikes. What is important is what is right and wrong should be the criteria when we express our life. Two minds can never agree 100% with each other. We have to adjust in life. And that adjustment is possible by a very simple technique. The technique I follow. The technique is, I am 100% sure none of you need me. I am 100% sure Paramanandaji Maharaj also doesn't need me in Australia. He is himself conducting the job. Then why I come? I need. See, friends, if you are not in front of me, am I going to talk to the ceiling? So it is my need. Whenever you do anything in your life as your need, you cannot have arrogance. On the contrary, you will be obliged. And as a result, you will give up your right on anybody. Those who are frustrated in life, they have the ownership on anybody. No. Write off your rights right away before they perform your rights right now. Understand the right correctly. Therefore, friends, life becomes very simple and beautiful if you take this principle. Spiritual life is not becoming extraordinary. So whole day we have to play so many roles. See? So play your role everywhere, whatever you are supposed to play. But after the role is over, discard it and be fresh. See? And spiritual life is not a part-time profession. It is a full-time preoccupation. There's a friend of mine in US. He used to take me for food in the salad park, and he was taking only salad. He said, see, I'll show you today what I eat. You also eat with me. And yet I am not able to reduce my weight. What should I do? So I went. I also grazed like him. I don't know how people like this raw food. It's good for animals. We are human beings. Eat nice food. तड़का, मसाला, चटनी, अचार. अचार खाने से विचार अच्छे होते हैं. Then all that dirty boiled food, like hospital you are. So along with him, I ate all that rubbish. And after that, Swamiji, now we will have ice cream. And then he had half a kilo of ice cream. He says, Swamiji, now tell me, what is the reason? I said, now I will scream. In the same manner, Kurute Ganga Sagar Gamanam, Vrata Paripalanam Athava Danam, Jnana Vihina Sarva Matena, Bhajatina Muktim Janma Shatena, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. We should be clear what is exactly meant by spiritual practice. It is called self-realization, self-discovery. What is the meaning of discovery? Discovery means something is already existing, but it is covered by something. Scientific discovery. All the laws of nature, not in-laws, all the laws of nature, they are already there. They are not to be created, but they are not known to us. Why? They are covered by the ignorance. So what we do? We remove that ignorance. Therefore, scientific discovery. In the same manner, we don't have to become divine. We are divine. Cover that we are putting on ourselves. And the cover is, we become extraordinary. Remove that extra and let the divinity express through us. And last thought, how do we know that we are functioning ordinary or extraordinary? How do we know? You can't go and ask anybody, excuse me, am I ordinary or extraordinary? You are dumba. He'll get angry. No. Then you are extraordinary. The ordinary means the one who is insult proof. The more we get hurt, the stronger is our personality. Lesser we get hurt, less is our personality. You don't get hurt at all. You are happy. You are one with the divine. Therefore, our Maha Mantra is, Moj mein raho, be happy. What we do? मौज में नहीं है, इसीलिए करो मौज, मौज करो मत. When you do मौज करो, then you get lost in this world. Therefore, wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be happy. The day you take this principle as the spiritual life, you have understood the secret of spiritual life. Therefore, all the great masters in this world, they were average, simple. You don't have to become great. There is one beautiful Abhanga of Tukaram Maharaj, where he says, when the floods come, big, big trees are uprooted and taken away. But the grass on the river bed remains, doesn't get rooted away because it bends. But the big trees are arrogant. They are uprooted. Let us be simple, soft. And therefore, we will never get any insult in our life. When we are not insulted, we are not demanding respect. Whenever we demand respect, we don't command it. Particularly elderly people have got this problem. I am also one of the oldie. See, they have got one constant complaint. These days, youngsters don't respect the elders. Now tell me, what I have done to let my age grow? What I have done? It is the poor earth running around the sun, and I am growing in age. Can there be more joke than this thing? But these days, youngsters don't respect the elders. क्या किया? लंबा हुआ तो क्या हुआ? जैसे पेड़ खजूरा, छाया नहीं पथिक को, फल लागे अति दूरा. Therefore, let us be childlike with the children, high Coca-Cola with the youngsters, and be frustrated with the elders, but be happy by yourself. Play Karnataka. You will be fit everywhere, and yet you will be out of everything. Give it a try and be happy. If you are not happy, my market will be still maintained. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.